like he's a hater.
Okay.
If I'm gonna be a 1,000%.
This is the Real Report show. It's all good. That's what we do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
I think he's a hater. You know, I didn't support him in the Olympic trials. I didn't been in the locker room at his fights, you know, supporting him. So why would I need to hate on him?
Got you.
You know, like I said, I want to see him win. I want to see him go far as far as he can. I feel like, you know, Boots, a whole motion is built off of Terence Crawford. He should thank me, to be honest. You know, because if there was no Terence Crawford at this pinnacle, who would they be talking about? Who would they be comparing him with? I feel like he's a hater.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. Shouts out to New York stand-up, Uncle Murder, Tony Ayo. Shouts out to New York. Shouts out to Brooklyn, Harlem, Queens, Staten Island, the Bronx, Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Stand up. Queens, Brooklyn, Bronx, Harlem, Staten Island, Long Island, Nassau County, Suffolk County, 11550, Hempstead, Harlem, Harlem River Drive, Colonial Project, stand up. With that said, the retired pound-for-pound king, 5-division champion, 3-division undisputed champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, undefeated, the best fighter of his era and generation, Terence Bud Crawford, 42 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. Terence Bud Crawford weighs in on the man I says is the phenom. Well, he's axed again, because that's being misconstrued that Terence Crawford is voluntarily having conversations about Jaron Boots Ennis when he's being axed about Jaron Boots Ennis. The phenom, undefeated 2-division champion, former unified lineal welterweight world champion who held the IBF, the WBA Ring Magazine. Now he's the junior middleweight WBO, WBA junior middleweight world champion with a record of 36 wins, no loss, no draw, 32 wins by way of knockout. Jaron Boots Ennis, the phenom, as I refer to him as. Now, I know people sent this to me, and people's like, man, what's your thoughts, man? I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. My thoughts is this. I told y'all Terence Crawford has a very, very competitive nature. He has an extremely competitive nature. Extremely competitive. When you have the competitive nature that Terence Crawford has, similar to that of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, their competitive nature is on a whole nother level. A whole nother level. Magic Johnson was another one. Larry Bird, right? When you have that type of competitive nature that they have, right, where they don't see nothing else but winning, they can't see nothing else but winning, right? It's hard for them to walk away from challenges and competition and comparisons. When you compare Kobe to somebody, the late, great Kobe Bean Bryant, the Mamba, as I call him, as the world called him, the Mamba, right? When you compare the Mamba to everybody else, right? Guess what happens? He then responds like the Mamba. When you compare Michael Jordan to somebody, they respond different. Floyd Mayweather, they respond different. Remember, Floyd Mayweather chose Juan Manuel Marquez as his comeback fight over nearly a 1.5-year layoff. He chose Juan Manuel Marquez. You know why? Because Marquez and Pacquiao had 2 or 3 tough fights, and people were saying Pacquiao was the man to beat Floyd. And he wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao, and his team said they didn't want to fight Floyd Mayweather coming off the layoff because they felt like they may not get credit for beating Floyd Mayweather. So what did Floyd Mayweather do? He said, I'm going to beat up on Marquez, the man that you struggle with, to prove a point. Right? These are the type of mentalities. Michael Jordan made up a story about somebody, made a whole story up and said a dude antagonized him after having a good game against him, came back and scored what that man scored the entire game, which was 35 points. Michael Jordan scored that in the first half. Then he was asked, did the dude ever say that? He said no. But just the mere fact that the dude had that game, he told himself that this dude, and told the world this dude was trolling him, trash talking him. And that wasn't even true. Kobe Bryant, it's the same thing. Terence Crawford comes from that type of mentality. Literally. That's the mentality that Terence Crawford comes from. That's the cloth he's come from. And so when you have that type of mentality and that type of cloth, and people are comparing Jaron Boots Ennis to you, for years. They've been comparing Jaron Boots Ennis to Terence Crawford for years. Okay? For years. Stylistic, change of southpaw to orthodox, etc., etc. For years. I look at this. When Jaron Ennis said the other day, I told y'all, Jaron Ennis is he is, what's the word I'm looking for? He has a mild way of his approach towards when he's asked about Terence Crawford. But when he did that interview with Gillian Wallow and he said Terence Crawford was easy work, I knew that was going to rub Terence Crawford the wrong way. I knew it was going to rub him the wrong way. And so now Terence Crawford did this interview. He was asked about that, obviously. And he said, Terence Crawford said, listen, the dude is a hater. That's what he said. He said, man, he's a hater. Right? He said, he need to thank me. The way I look at it, when people bring this up to me, it's brewing. Terence Crawford is not far removed from the sport of boxing. He's not retired so far from the sport of boxing that he can't compete. I'm telling you, the right moment, the right price, and the right word said, to me, it's just brewing. It's brewing. And I truly believe we're going to get Terence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis. You had His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh the other day said that he thinks Terence Crawford coming back. Terence Crawford just started training again, and he's saying like he needs to get back in the gym, etc., because he's training with Lester Martinez. The right fights, that Jaron Ennis fight is brewing. And I hope that it comes to fruition. It's brewing. I truly believe it's brewing. That's my belief. Maybe I'm just being hopeful. Right? And maybe Terence Crawford stays retired. And I'm just being hopeful. But I believe it's actually brewing. That's what I believe. But let me know what y'all think, man. I know a lot of people is like, oh, Terence Crawford hating on Jaron Ennis, etc., etc. I just think it's a fight brewing. Two competitors. Terence Crawford said he supported him, etc., etc. That's all I think. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.